Time now for Bontis on Business. Nick Bontis from the DeGroote School of Business joined us. Nice to have you back.
Happy Friday, Taz.
Thank you so much. Let's start with interest rates. Two of Canada's major banks have adjusted their 5-year rates. So is this the beginning of the end? Is the housing market going to start to cool off now?
Well, it's the beginning of the rise of interest rates. We knew that we're going to last this long. They've been low, historically low for a very long period of time. If you compare the average mortgage payment just from last May to today, it's about $150 more per month. That's $150 that people could have paid for vacation or food or clothing. So if you are in the market right now, be very, very careful. Speak to a mortgage specialist. And the most important advice to have is shop around. Because banks, credit unions, they don't have the same interest rates. Even though people believe they do, they don't.
All right, good advice. And for the first time in more than 2 years, it's interesting that more Americans have actually visited Yahoo's websites than Google's.
I'm shocked.
I know.
When I heard this news, I couldn't believe it. More website visitors to Yahoo than Google? It's unbelievable. Well, what can we learn from this? First of all, Yahoo's numbers did not include Tumblr, even though Google's numbers did include YouTube.com. So people still go to Yahoo. News to me. But the one thing about this piece of news that no one's really considering right now is that it did not include mobile web surfing. So on many smartphones, primarily Android phones like the Samsung, almost everybody's going to Google versus Yahoo. So even though Yahoo's #1 when it comes to computers, overall, when you look at computers and smartphones, I tip my hat to Google still.
Okay, well, let's talk about Marissa Meyer. When she left Google to head to Yahoo, a lot of people thought, you know, she's not going to be able to turn this ship around. I guess she has a last laugh tonight.
She does, and you know, people were kind of, iffy about what her performance was going to be like from a corporation perspective. Not only has Yahoo's web hits gone up, but the stock price has gone up. Since she's been there, it's been up 80%, so she's a new up-and-coming CEO doing the right thing.
And speaking of CEOs, over at Microsoft, their CEO has announced he's going to retire in the next year. Are you surprised by this announcement?
Not surprised. It's kind of stayed, kind of slowing down. Microsoft's got to come up with some new innovation. Ballmer's been there since 2000. The stock price actually went up today, which goes to show you that when somebody leaves and the stock price goes up, the analysts aren't too happy about that. But he's had some successes and failures. Success, obviously, with the Xbox, failures with the Surface tablet. But Microsoft's got to try some new stuff. Ballmer's out, new CEO's coming in.
Okay, thanks so much.
All right,
and that wraps up this week's Bontis on Business.